Grade 8s, welcome to your Monday Math. I hope you had a fantastic weekend. I know the snow was a surprise over the weekend. It wasn't my favorite thing ever, but here's hoping we have some better weather in the near future. We're going to start off today with review, like normal, and then we're going to go on to algebra. And it relates to fact families that we've been doing, and it's kind of our next extension into algebra. But for now, let's do our review. So with our fact families, in our last lesson, we talked about finding the missing number in a fact family. So if I have a missing number here, I have to figure out what that number is. And there's two ways I can do so. Either I could have done division, so I could have taken my bigger number and divided it by my smaller number, and that will give me whatever this is. Or I could have actually just multiplied these two numbers, and that would give me a missing number. If I used either number, so if I did 12 divided by 6, that would give me 2. And that would create a fact family, of course, because I can do 6 times 2 equals 12, 12 divided by 2 equals 6, and so on and so forth. Even if I did 6 times 12, which equals 72, that would actually create a fact family as well, because I could do 6 times 12 equals 72, 72 divided by 12 equals 6, and 72 divided by 6 equals 12, and I could actually make another fact family altogether. So we talked a little bit about those and those different types of possibilities. Today what we're doing is a little bit of algebra. And what I mean by algebra is if we have a problem, so this is similar to our fact families where we had to find a missing number. Except this time around, it's not a fact family. We're looking for the third member of the fact family. We are just trying to fill in a blank number. So if I give you a problem like this, if I give you 15 plus 5 equals blank plus 3. What I need to do is find out what this blank means, as what this blank stands for. What number will work in place of that blank to make this problem make sense? Now, at the face of it, this problem looks a little confusing. But here's where we have to break it down. We have an equal sign right in the middle of our problem right here. This side here, we have an unknown. That blank, we don't know what that number is. So I can't do anything with this side right now. So I'm going to just leave it to the side because I can't do anything with it. But this side right here, 15 plus 5, I can solve that pretty easily because I can just do 15 plus 5. And 15 plus 5 equals 20. So on this side of this equal sign, I have 20 because 15 plus 5 equals 20. So now 20 is equal to a blank plus 3. So I just brought this part down here. So something here plus 3 equals 20. How can I figure out what I need to plug in there to get to 20? Well, how I can do this is take 20 and I can minus 3. Okay, so my two known numbers, I take my 20, my bigger number, and minus 3, that gives me 17. Because, and here's how I have to make sure that both sides of this equal sign are balanced, as in they both have to be the same number. 20 equals, what's 17 plus 3? 17, 18, 19, 20. So I solved this side of my problem, and now I solved this side. Do these numbers match? 20 equals 20? Yep, they're the same number. So this is how I know that I balanced this problem, as in both the numbers are the same on both sides. Let's try this again with a couple other examples. and a couple other problems. This time around, you're only ever going to be doing addition and subtraction. You're just trying to figure out how to balance our equations. So we're going to do 20 minus 7 on this side, and on this side it's going to be 20 minus 7 is equal to 10 plus blank. Now this time around we're dealing with two different operations. One side is minus and the other side is plus. Here's the thing. We can still solve this pretty easily. First of all, I don't know this side, so I'm just going to toss it aside for now. I'm going to focus on the side of the equal sign that I do understand, which is this side right here, because I can figure out what 20 minus 7 is pretty easily. So what is 20 minus 7? 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. 13 is equal to 10 plus blank. How can I figure out what that blank is? Well, I can count because I know it has to equal 13. So I can count 10, 11, 12, 13. I can count on my fingers. Or another solution is to take 13 and minus 10. That will give me my blank number. So 13 minus 10 equals 3. So is my equation balanced here? I have 13, it equals 10 plus 3 equals 13. Is it balanced? Yep. So 13 equals 13. It works. Let's do another. This time we're going to have a blank on the other side of the problem. It's still the same process, except it just depends which side you answer or you solve first. So let's do 27 plus 3. On this side, it's going to be equal to 43 minus blank. So I need to figure out what that blank is. In order to do that, I have to figure out the side of the problem that I can do easily, because I can't figure out what the blank is right away. I need to figure out this side of the problem. So I need to figure out 27 plus 3. So I'm going to count 27, 28, 29, 30. So 43 minus blank is equal to 30. How can I figure out what that blank is? Well, I can do 43 minus 30. 43 minus 30 equals 13. So if I do 43 minus 13, that gives me 30. And on this side, I already have 30. So here's the trick with these problems. Both sides have to equal the same number. So when you're first starting out with problems like this, sometimes you might add instead of subtract or subtract instead of add. And that's totally okay. It's just a little bit of practice that you need to figure out, and you have to kind of look at the numbers. Does this number have to become smaller to get my missing number in order for it to be the same on the other side? Yes, then I probably should subtract. Or does this number need to be bigger to get to the number on the other side? Then I have to add something to it. So today what you're going to be doing is you're going to have a sheet that is going to look similar to these problems here, where one side of the equal sign is going to give you a problem that either add or subtract. You put those in place, and then you will be able to find the other side of the problem where it has that blank. So if I figure out one side is 30, I have to figure out what I have to do to the other side to get to 30, because it has to be balanced, as in both numbers have to equal the same amount. Okay? Email me if you have any questions whatsoever, and otherwise I will see you on Wednesday.